Hey, what up, decisive marketers? So I'm excited to bring this video to you today. We are going to be talking about Edworking because it's been quite a while since I talked about a project management tool. I don't really review a lot of these kind of tools on my channel because they can be quite complex sometimes to talk about. But this one has a very interesting UI and has quite some nice features, so I think a lot of people would enjoy this, right? So before I dive into Edworking, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see more digital marketing and e-commerce content. So here we go. So here we are in Edworking. um right, so as you can see here, I think the UI is pretty nice. This is the home page, and then you've got stories, and so it's kind of like project management, social media kind of vibe that I'm getting. Okay, but what I can see is at the moment they don't actually have any API and webhooks, right? So, but I did talk to them, and I think that they are working on it. So, um, yeah. So I mean, my favorite project management tool is Nifty, but I would, say that this UI is very interesting and it kind of compares to Nifty very well. Okay, so let's kind of jump in first. So the first thing is they've got meetings. So I'm just gonna be putting out some of the easy, straightforward features that they have right here. So they've got a meeting room, a little bit of spelling mistakes right here, but I'm sure that they can fix it very soon, right? So over here, so you can have the link invitation that you can start sending out. So you don't need Zoom or whatever meeting tools. It just comes with Edworking itself. Let me also look up if they have any mobile apps. So I think, right, so cool. They've got mobile apps as well, right? So I believe this is the same thing, right? So yeah, so they do have mobile apps as well, so that's a good thing, right? So that you can access your your project management from anywhere. Okay, so right here you've got your task in here. Okay, so pretty straightforward, I believe. So I'm gonna add a task, and then I can open it up, and I can put my due date, how long I'm gonna take to complete this task. Okay, the task description, I can put images, I can put videos, I can embed a video, I can put code as well, put a image from Unsplash. Okay, and then who is assigned or which team is assigned, media files, technology. So that means this one would be like, what kind of skill sets you require, I guess. Okay, and you can set that up. Okay, so that's where your task is, and once you're done, you can move it along as well. Okay, and let me just scroll through, so you can add more sections as well, so that is nice for you to plan your projects. Okay, and then for stories, so I guess you can kind of record your day, and I think this is also good for checking in when you're working with a team, right? Because the camera is not loading because I'm using it right now, right? But you can record, you can put up stories, kind of like your Instagram stories, and put it up there. And then your uploaded files, any shared media, will all be in here. And we have docs, right? So I'm going to jump into that later as well. So this is kind of like your Google Docs. It's very nice. So we'll jump into that later. You got your meeting, which you've covered, latest updates. Okay, and okay, so that's about it. So we'll jump into docs first. I thought this is kind of interesting. It kind of feels a little bit like Taskgate right here, right? So it feels a little bit like Taskgate. So you can, this is your document. You can put that in. You can create a new doc. Let's see what happens. Can I move this document somewhere? So okay, I don't think so, right? So what happens, I got to, there's only one level, right? Only one level of pages. So what happened is I can only have one project, and then I build pages, or they call it docs, in here. But it would be nice if I can have sub pages, right? So I think that would be much better. But there's a very rich document that you can create right here, so you can use it for your onboarding, your knowledge base, your SOPs, and anything else that you need to put in here, right? Okay, and then all your files are uploaded here. Okay, I think it's kind of straightforward to use this. What else do we have? Okay, so the next one I'm going to be talking about is the chat feature, right? So it's very nice. The very nice feel that they have with the UI right here, right? Okay, one thing I think is missing is, I think they've got all these nice emojis and stuff like that, but it's missing GIF, right? So having GIFs will make it a little bit more interesting. Okay, and then private chat. So if you have, because I'm alone in the the project in right here, so I can't really have create some private chats, but you can do that as well. And then you can put in task. Okay, and you can communicate based on the task itself, right? And then you can create group chats, I believe. So these are like group chats for spaces. Okay, so any notifications will come in here. So your calendar right here, you can create events, and you can just click in and have a video call right through the chat window itself. So that's very interesting, right? Very interesting right here. Okay, how do I close this? Okay, I gotta end the call. Let me just kind of jump back into meetings again, because just kind of want to see if they have anything like, okay, so what they kind of lack, I would say, is some background removal. That'd be nice, but of course it's not really something that is needed. Okay, let's see. Right, so consult. So what happens is that you have a question. Okay, so you can create a new space, so that would be a group chat. Then you can create a new task, you can create a new story, you can create a new consult, right? So this is something that I have not mentioned yet, but what happens is that you can put in your question, and then you can choose what kind of category your question is about, right? It could be like technology based question, or creative, or writing, or business, or sales or marketing, engineering, or learning. Okay, and then what kind of technologies could be required. Okay, so they got like SoundCloud, PayPal, whatever, Bitcoin, and then you can put in your question right here. And what happens is that so let's say how to do SEO, okay, as above. Okay, so we can create we'll put this as sales marketing, SEO, and then create question. Okay, right, so yep, so you can download the app from here. Okay, so I created the consult, but I'm not really sure where that went. Let me try refreshing. Okay, the app is also very fast, I would say. Possibly this one kind of goes out to like your team members in there. Okay, and then and I guess pretty much that's all, right? I think I have covered everything. Okay, I got to enable consult, so that's not in there. Probably that's why it doesn't come up. Okay, let's try again. What is SEO? Right, okay, as above. So create a question. Okay, then we can go to consults and we can see, right, what happens. So they can click in and then you can just, comment and reply, right? That would be very nice. If you have questions you want to ask your colleagues, you can just post it up right here. And then add workers. Okay, what is add workers? Okay, so I guess these are what I call that. You can hire people from here, right? You can hire people in Edworking itself to work on your task. Okay, so I think it's nice because it's like having, you can just hire VAs into your team, right? I think that's very, very, very nice. Okay, so yeah, so I guess pretty much that's all I have to cover. What I think is lacking with Edworking would be having APIs for chat. That would be very nice, because that's kind of how I work. I think, let me see. Okay, yep. So I think what is missing is API webhooks for chats. So you can send messages in here. You can also trigger, some kind of automation. That would be very nice. And then, maybe you want to use it for customer support. you can connect it to your ticketing system or email, and then you can automatically create a task. Uh, you know a lot of use cases if there is API and webhooks. So that's not available right now, but the core app has a very nice UI. I think people would love to use this. Okay, but of course, more features would be better, right? So docs having sub pages would be great. Yep. So I guess that's all I have to share. I was expecting to talk more about it, but it's simple to use. It feels very smooth. All right, and I guess that's all. Right, so if you enjoyed this video, do give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think about Edworking in the comments below. If you know anyone who could benefit from Edworking, be sure to share this video with them. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.